My life wasn't perfect, yeah, I know that now. When it came crashing down, all I know is that I need you around. When it comes crashing down, all I need is not to feel so much alone. So step inside my zone, baby, you can give me everything I want. Everything I want. Always dance and sing. You're captivating me. All I need is to know that I'm in your heart and never be apart. All I need is not to feel so much alone. So step inside my zone, baby. I can give you everything you want. Everything you want.
climbing up 4 walls in my apartment. I can't spend another second with my brain. Gotta get up and get out, but there's a problem. Every time I go outside, I see your face. Wish you could be here right now, lay here by my side. All day, all day, all day. Tell me it's gonna be alright. We gon' work it out. No way, no way, no way. The floor is cold, it chills my bones. I'm all alone, so missing you. It's been a month since you've been gone. I'm all alone, so missing you. Hey, I'm so missing you. Where you at? Where'd you go, babe? Can't you see that I need company? I'm losing it, losing my way. Only get through when it's you plus me. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Honestly, can't you just call me? Where you at? Where'd you go, babe? let me fix my mistakes. Wish you could be here right now, lay here by my side, all day, all day, all day. Tell me it's gonna be alright, we gon' work it out. No way, no way, no way, yeah. The floor is cold, it chills my bones. I'm all alone, still missing you. It's been a month since you've been gone. I'm all alone, still missing you. Yeah. Oh. I'm still missing you. Still missing you. The floor is cold, it chills my bones. I'm all alone, still missing you. It's been a month since you've been gone. I'm all alone, still missing you.
Lately I've been feeling like somebody else. Heard you're moving on with someone new. My friends keep telling me that it was for the best, but I don't know if I will make it through. Cause every morning I wish you were here with me, watching the sunlight fill my room. Falling asleep at night, thinking about you and me. Why did you have to be so cruel? I guess I should have known it from the start, but baby, I was so caught up in you, picking up the pieces of my heart. Oh baby, let me hold you, I just wanna hold you. Girl, I know we said some things we didn't mean, but thought that we could figure this one out. Hate the fact that our love now is separate, but maybe someday you will realize. Cause every morning I wish you were here with me, watching the sunlight fill my room. Falling asleep at night, thinking about you and me. Why did you have to be so cruel? I guess I should have known it from the start, but baby, I was so caught up in you, picking up the pieces of my heart. Oh baby, let me hold you, I just wanna hold you. I guess I should have known it from the start, but baby, I was so caught up in you, picking up the pieces of my heart. Oh baby, let me hold you, I just wanna hold you. Cause every morning I wish you were here with me, watching the sunlight fill my room. I guess I should have known it from the start, but baby, I was so caught up in you, picking up the pieces of my heart. Oh baby, let me hold you, I just wanna hold you. I guess I should have known it from the start,
away, take it away. Feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like, oh yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone, yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. All that I crave when you're away, nights are sleepless. Do we need space? Yeah, maybe a break. Boy, you're my weakness. Give and we take, the love that we make, it's my favorite drug. Too caught up in
Mic check 1 2. Good to go. What up, y'all? What up, Derek? Good to see you, bro.
like the time I went to buy you flowers, 'cause you said your favorite one is blue. Do you even care when I stay? Oh baby, can you even tell I'm under your spell? Oh baby,
All right, let's go.
I just wanna take another look at you, so our eyes can finally meet. I just wanna take another look at you, maybe that's when you will see.
Camera is up.
Falling hopelessly in love,
Chaos Rain is in the house.
making me
Derek
complete. I just
in the
wanna
house.
take another look at you, will you let me?
Let's get this going, y'all. Let me see. Let's get TikTok going. What up, TikTok? What's up, y'all?
I just wanna take another look at you, so our eyes can finally meet. I just wanna take another look at you, maybe that's when you will see that I'm falling hopelessly in love with you, 'cause you're making me complete. I just wanna take another look at you, will you let me?
Welcome to another episode of High Value Shan. We're not only Shan, a high value man, so is the content, the things we talk about. Appreciate you guys being here. What up, Chaos? What up, Derek? Salute to my man, Chaos Rain, in the house. Longtime supporter, always here. Appreciate you, brother. Got some things to talk about tonight, man. What's up, everybody at TikTok? Appreciate you guys pulling up. I see you, Philip. I see you, Dave, Melanie, Big Sam. What up? Anthony, what's happening? Paul's Godchild, what's up? Philip Green, what up? Sheila, what up? Oh, here come the hearts. Here come the hearts. Thank you for the support. Double clap that screen. What up, Jay Hernan? Me, myself, and I vibrate. A wins. Big Sam, what up? Big Sam is giving some love. Thank you for the hearts, brother. Every time you tap that screen, you tell TikTok to tell other people to tell them to come over here and watch the show, man. I appreciate you. What up, John? Hey, Daniel. Hey, Diane. What up, YouTube? Appreciate you guys. Appreciate. What up, MC? What up, MC Recovery? Salute, my man. I'm on this delay again. You know what's crazy is that my system's set up at the studios, the same computer system, same everything, same Stream Deck XL, but there's no delay at my studio. There's a delay here. The only difference is I'm running the Stream Deck through a USB hub and a 15, and that's a 6-foot cable. So then it goes through a 15-foot USB cable. So it's about 20 feet of USB cable here, whereas the one at the studio, it goes to a hub as well, but it's only about 5 feet, maybe 4 feet. And I don't know if that has anything to do with the delay, but we got some stuff to talk about, man. I hate when I hit this button. I appreciate you guys coming on in. If you're coming in over at YouTube, just tap the thumbs up. I got, the thumbs up is matching the people watching. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, man. Keep it up. We always want to keep it up over 50%. If those that don't understand the algorithm at YouTube, your likes or dislikes, thumbs up or thumbs down, it doesn't matter, needs to be 50% of the people that's watching live. So if you have 1,000 people watching you want to have at least 500 likes. If you have 100 people watching, you want 50. If you have 20, you want at least 10 thumbs up or thumbs down. You want to keep your likes about 50% or higher. And then that way, it's not like a For You page that you see over at TikTok, but at YouTube, when people go to YouTube on the homepage and they click live at the top, you'll show up on that page if your likes are over 50% of the people that's actually watching. So I appreciate you guys being here, man. Thank you so much. We got some stuff to talk about tonight. I want to discuss villains and heroes. I posted a video of a young boy. I don't know if you guys saw my attention short video that I posted recently about that little boy that's sitting in the car. It wasn't the one today. It was the one last night. The boy that was in love. He's about 6, 7, maybe 8 years old. He's in love with that little girl, and then she broke his heart. And what I said was, this is how villains are created. And I don't know that women realize how villains are created. I'm gonna get into that. We're gonna discuss the backstory, the etymology. Well, I'm not gonna get into the etymology of it, but we're gonna talk about the backstory on how villains and heroes are created. And brothers, I want you guys to pay attention so you could see if maybe some of the things I identify, some of the behaviors I talk about is you. We're not gonna be here long tonight. I am worn out, man. I had a long day. We're producing a lot of product downtown in my studio. But we got to be here. I got to be here. I'm on a schedule. The International Quiet Storm is in the house. International Quiet Storm says villains are made through heartache and pain. Heartbreak. Villains are made through heartbreak and pain. TikTok, is that true? What up? Mr. Nice Guy say, is that Gary Payton? I've been hearing that my whole life. Gary Payton. I get Gary Payton. I get Brian McKnight. Do I look more? Am I more Gary Payton or am I more Brian McKnight? I think I was more Brian McKnight 20 years ago when I was younger. And now that my face has got a little squishier, you got some age. I got the gray beard, the salt and pepper going on. I'm more Gary Payton. I've been Gary Payton. I've been Brian McKnight. I've been, what's my man name from BBD, from New Edition? What's The tall brother in New Edition. I've been him. Yeah, man. I got this. Oh, my side profile. Johnny Gill. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Be Almighty. So I've been Johnny Gill, like in my transformations over my lifetime. What up, Derek? There's a young man going through this right now. Oh, yeah, we're going to get into this villain stuff, man, and how villains are created. And, this is a male advocate channel, so I talk about how women make men villains. We're going to get into that. But my side profile is Gary Payton. I've been Johnny Gill. And notice how you knew Be Almighty to say Johnny Gill. You knew not to say Bobby Brown, right? You knew not to say Mike Bell. He was like, man, Johnny Gill. But that was when I was younger. I know I probably don't look like him now, but when I was younger, before, the transformation, I'm 52 years old now. So, let's go back to 30 years when I was 22. Johnny Gill, Brian McKnight, Gary Payton, and one more celebrity. I can't think of who it is. What up, Fairfax District? What up, man? Good to have you here. What up, Dr. Frank? What up, Dr. Frank? Dr. Frank Gilliam Jr. is in the house. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the hearts. Listen, we're going to talk about villains and heroes tonight. I want you to see if you guys can identify some of this stuff. But before we get into that, I'm going to do some of these talking point memos. There's a few things I want to talk about. A few things that's in the news cycle lately that we're going to discuss. The first one I want to discuss, let me switch over. Now, for those that say at TikTok, you can't see what I'm showing everybody over here at YouTube. At YouTube, it's a better experience because, we got the article up. It's a widescreen. TikTok requires, I can go widescreen, but it's really small. You won't see it. It's not a good experience. But if you guys want to swing over to YouTube, you can. Otherwise, just listen. You may be cooking right now. You may be just chilling, driving in your car right now. I'll say it as best I can since you can't see it at TikTok. Don't worry about it. Just hilarious. This is from The Root. 7 hours ago. This article was published 7 hours ago. Social media responds to The Breakfast Club's messy on-air spat after Jess Hilarious claps at her colleagues on Instagram Live. Jess called out La Rosa while on Instagram Live and said she did not feel supported by the rest of the Breakfast Club crew. The article reads, "It's getting messy for the Breakfast Club. Instead of dealing with their problems privately, the crew is airing out their problems for the whole world to see. Specifically, Jess Hilarious, who recently returned from maternity leave." For those that don't know, the Breakfast Club is a podcast or a radio show in New York. And there was a woman co-host that was on that show for a long time. She left sometime, I think, last year or maybe the year before. And they, a lot of people said they needed a DEI hire. A lot of people claimed that they needed a DEI hire. They needed a woman, and not necessarily the best person for the job, but they needed somebody to fill that position, and they wanted it to be a woman. And so they brought in Jess Hilarious. Now, what happened was Jess Hilarious. Now, who Jess Hilarious is? She's a comedian out of Baltimore. She does stand-up comedy. She's an internet persona, influencer, if you will. And what up, Master of None? Good to have you here, bro. Hoo-ah! And so, what Jess, she's made a name for herself as a comic and a comedian. But she was hired by The Breakfast Club, Charlamagne and God, and DJ Envy. If you guys don't know who The Breakfast Club is, or what The Breakfast Club is, this probably ain't for you. I'm not going to explain it to you. But for those of you guys know, I'm sure you're following what's happening. The thing is that when she got hired, she didn't bother telling her employers that she was pregnant. So she came on the show. They hired her. She worked it a little bit. She got the bag, signed the contract, and then, whoopsie, she said, "Oh, by the way, I'm pregnant," after everything was said and done. So then she went on maternity leave and was getting paid, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, she was getting paid while on maternity leave. And while she was on maternity leave, she was doing stand-up comedy. So she was getting her paycheck for maternity from iHeartRadio, and then was out doing stand-up comedy while pregnant. So she was just getting the bag. She was working the system. A lot of people had a problem with that. I can imagine that the brass at the iHeartRadio corporation was kind of like pissed off about that. But there's nothing they can do because, not California, but America and its laws that protected her and shielded her and made sure that she was comfortable and got that paycheck and whatnot. Nevertheless, while she was gone, they asked her to fill in or to find somebody to fill her segment in, or at least find some help. And Jess found this girl named Lauren LaRosa. Now, Lauren LaRosa is a really good, segment producer, because she came in as a segment producer. She wasn't an on-air personality at first. Anyways, to make a long story short, she did a really good job and ended up being on the air while Jess was out on maternity leave. And then when Jess came back, they didn't get rid of Lauren. She did such a great job. It's not like they said, okay, thank you, I appreciate you going. Go back to the back office or go find something else to do. They kept both girls on. And I guess over time that became a problem. Because what would happen on a daily basis, and I mean every single day, people would troll or talk shit to Jess, telling her how the girl that she brought, Lauren, was so good, and the chemistry with Lauren and Charlemagne the God and DJ Envy was so great, and Jess was whack. And I'm gonna be honest with you, when I watched the show a few times, I would notice that they would throw a question at Jess, and Jess would answer like with this dry ass answer. She wouldn't really say anything. Or she'd give like a one-liner and then just be quiet. And it would be this awkward silence, like in the room. And then DJ Envy would typically jump in and fill in, because he would catch it and say, okay, she's not going to say anything else. Let me go on. And the reality is, Jess, even though she would bring topics to the show, because part of her segment during the Breakfast Club's radio show was that she needs to bring current events and current topics to the show. The problem is she didn't research the shit that she would bring. It was clear and evident she didn't research it. So it's almost like she did it in the parking lot before she came upstairs to go to work. Grabbed a couple, latest and greatest articles, did no research, no learning, no reading the night before, no extra work, just, almost like read it in the elevator heading upstairs, and then brought it to the show. And she'd bring it up and she wouldn't say anything. She didn't even know what she was talking about, even though the topics were hers. It was really embarrassing and very awkward oftentimes watching her. But the girl Lauren was on her game. While for the time that Jess was out, Lauren, oh man, she was on her game. She'd bring topics. She'd investigate the topics. She knew the topics. She'd speak on it. She's very, very good. Nevertheless, last night, ladies and gentlemen, today is what? Wednesday the 17th. Last night, out of the blue, Jess Hilarious, as women do, went on this public tirade on her Instagram Live talking shit about her coworkers and the girl that she brought. It's the weirdest thing that women, I could talk about this all night. I could literally make this the topic of tonight's conversation. What is it with the need for attention, and women need to lash out, reaching out to whatever the personal problems that they're having, usually with men, their husbands, their boyfriends, that they got to run to fucking social media to get validation from strangers to maybe, I guess, feel better about the decisions that they're either getting ready to make or the mistakes that they already made. So Jess Hilarious went on Instagram Live last night, you guys, and was just talking shit about her. Cash shit about her coworkers, and then showed up to work today like it was nothing. So they had a discussion about it. But let's read this article over here at The Root. The drama began Tuesday night, last night, because it's Wednesday, when Hilarious took to Instagram Live to share her problems with Lauren LaRosa, who has been filling in for the Baltimore-based comedian while she's been on maternity leave. I haven't read this article, by the way. So I'm reading it and learning it with you guys at the same time. Hey, Jackie. Good to have you here. What up, Darwin? What up, Red? What up, Sander? What up, Fairfax? What up, Zilla? What up, Doctor? Oh, Doctor, I already talked to you. She says, quote, I picked her, La Rosa, talking about the girl that she's talking shit about. I picked her to fill in for me, Jess said during the live. But when I came back, she was still there, and nobody told me anything. Jess took issue with how La Rosa's segment, Lauren with the Latest. So they gave her a segment while she was out on maternity leave. The girl Lauren had a segment called Lauren with the Latest, and it replaced her Jess with the Mess segment. And we all know Jess with the Mess because she used to do that on Instagram, really heavy during the pandemic. Later, she explained, I fought for that segment. That's my segment. If Lauren is doing it now, it should be hers. But nobody told me anything. I was just coming to work every day, completely out of the loop. We're supposed to be a team, but not one person comes to my defense at all, ever, with this online shit. I feel played with, so I'm going to play with gas. I've been quiet a lot. The Instagram Live aftermath on Wednesday morning, Jess confronted La Rosa, DJ Emmy, and Charlamagne the God live on air this morning, some hours ago, you guys. She admitted that she was not fond of La Rosa and that it was weird when she came back. Side note, ladies and gentlemen, no, ladies, black ladies, do y'all hate each other? I was on this morning with my man, Mr. Let Go. He did a whole show about this. He was saying that he's Team Jess. I was like, no, I am not Team Jess. I'm not necessarily Team Lauren, but I damn sure ain't Team Jess, because why does it seem that we always got to get into some nigga shit? And the nigga shit leader is always, to me, in my opinion, a woman. How come? Just help me out, ladies. Why is it always a goddamn mess? Why y'all can't work together? It seems to always be some kind of problem. Mr. Let Go was running off a list of different opportunities and podcasts and TV shows and radio shows and things like that was started off with two women, and they end up just falling apart. They end up going, hey, it's like best friend. He was talking about tonight's conversation with Ace Metaphor and Kitty Rose and dropping the bombs that's happening over there in that camp. I mean, it just always seems to be some woman that got to go to the internet and I just want to speak my truth. Why do y'all always want to speak your truth? Half the time, the truth don't be the truth anyway. But you just got to speak your truth and just got to go on the internet because maybe this will help somebody. And I just want to say this because it might help somebody. No, it's not. You're embarrassing. Ladies, you're embarrassing when you run to social media because you have this innate, incessant need that you just need to just beg for attention from strangers. Validation from strangers. And then it seems like, just like Change Your Mindset said, let me pin that to the top. There you go. Change Your Mindset said, shout out to Change Your Mindset. She's a supporter at TikTok. That it's always women fighting against women. And it's not all. Not all. In fact, I don't think it's most. I think most black women got sense. That's my personal opinion. I think most black women got sense. Most black women are smart and intelligent, but they're not out there making a mess of themselves and being loud, so we don't hear them. We don't hear from them. We don't hear from the smart black women. They too busy enjoying life, raising their children and loving on their husband. But this loud minority, man, we got this loud minority of just messy mess. And it just seems to always be women that just can't get along in the workplace, and y'all take shit. You know, if it ain't Monique going off on Oprah, shout out to Auntie, because I rock with Monique. But I'm just saying, God damn, it's always some kind of... Let me continue. Jess Hilarious says, we had a whole plan. She says, how I pick her to fill in for me, right? I mean, it just sounds ghetto, don't it, y'all? How I pick her to fill in for me. She's saying this live last night on Instagram. She ain't talked to them at all. They work together, you guys. They're in the same building. At the end of the show, everybody turns off the mics and they hug each other and they go to the bathroom and they go to the break room and she didn't talk to them then about shit. Everybody's smiling and ha-ha and kiki in each other's face. And then she comes to Instagram last night to air out her grievance. We had a whole plan. How I pick her to fill in for me, right? I come back. She ain't never leave. Jess said. All right, cool that she doesn't leave, but she's on only during my segment. If she was meant to be a full-time host, move her in another way. Why she got to be moved in on? Why she got to be moved in on? Because nobody had a problem with Jess with the mess until she started reading, right? Until she started reporting. I wasn't hired as a reporter. I was hired as Jess with the mess. Jess and LaRosa then proceeded to have a heated convo about their chemistry working together. We're here and we're together, so we got to figure this out, said LaRosa. I can understand some of where you, Jess, was coming from. But bro, part of that live was crazy. And that, it was crazy. It's like a slap in the face to dish your coworker that you got to work with, and they don't even know what you're talking about or the grief. You don't. How come you didn't have this conversation privately amongst your coworkers last week? If this was Tuesday, how come you didn't talk to them about this on Monday? LaRosa also recalled a private meeting she had with Jess and the show's executive producer and acknowledged that they are fighting for airtime as the only women on the show. Jess then responds by saying that she shouldn't have to fight for airtime since she had the job first. This is literally hens fighting over. I mean, she's upset that there's another hen in the hen house. This is just simply and the reason why is because Lauren is good. Lauren is good. Lauren is better than Jess Hilarious at what she does. Jess is messy. She's a comic relief. She doesn't know what the hell she's talking about half the time. She's wrong all the time. She's embarrassing, in my personal opinion, for that show. She's good at what she does. But for this, she's not ready for this. Jess then responded by saying that she shouldn't have to fight for airtime since she had the job first. You overtalk, said Jess. Like I said, I'm not about to be up here fighting for no mic if I already got the job. What am I doing? Here, I got a video clip. Let me play a little bit of it so you guys can hear it. Oh, that's right. I never worked out this audio issue. Hold on one second. I don't think you guys can hear it. Damn. Yeah, I'm not gonna play the audio. I'm not gonna play the video because you can't hear it no way. I gotta work that out. I need to make a note. Shit. I need to make a note to remind myself. Hold on one second, you guys. I meant to fix that from before, and I didn't make a note for it, so now I made a note. Nevertheless, I'm bringing this up because it's almost like it's the gift that keeps on giving, because whenever I have to talk about the mishaps, the problems, the embarrassing moments that we have in our community, I got something every damn week, multiple times usually. per week to discuss. Like, Jess is a whole adult, 2 children, been married before. Does she not know that if you have a problem with the person that you brought on to the show, that you would just talk to her about it off the air and work that out? I believe Lauren actually, like, why didn't you just bring that to me direct? And all she did was gaslight. I wish I could play it for you guys, because all she did was gaslight her. The point I'm trying to make to you guys is this. Keep the nigga shit out of the workplace. Keep that nigga shit out of the workplace. That's why I tell people it's the difference between niggas and black folk. It's the difference between niggas and black folk. I only rock with black folk. This ghetto, she's mad because her segment, because the person that she brought in is still talk. Well, how come she didn't talk to the producers about this? How come she didn't talk to Charlamagne and God about it? Why would you go to Instagram and discuss it? Ladies, I'm bringing this up because of this. If you have a problem with something going on in your personal life, maybe you have an issue with your baby daddy. Maybe you have an issue with your mama. Maybe you beefing with your boyfriend. Maybe something happened that's going on with your job. Don't run to social media to get validation from strangers. It usually doesn't work out for you. And if you are ever wrong, you got to come with your hat in hand, because people remember if you don't apologize with the same amount of energy that you made your accusations. If you're going to dish your boyfriend or dish your man, and you're going to come on the internet talking shit and looking for people to rally and get behind you to support you, and then if he comes later with receipts showing that you don't know what the hell, or showing that you forgot to leave out a lot of important parts of the story, which is oftentimes the case. A lot of times you guys don't say the whole story. And if the public ever realizes, or people in your family, and you don't have to be a celebrity, you could be somebody that nobody knows, but your family knows, your friends know, your coworkers know. And if it comes out that you were lying or misrepresenting the truth, especially if you don't apologize with the same fever and energy and attitude that you were making your accusations, all you're doing is losing credibility. And that's why so many women have lost credibility. Women my age, by the way, not the young ones. I'm really speaking to the young ladies, because women my age, it's too late for them. Don't lose your credibility because you just have to go to Instagram, go live, and air out some dirty laundry that you're not telling the entire truth about to begin with. I know Derek, he says that's all they do. I don't know why they do it. It makes no sense to me. And so now there's an estranged, think about the situation that this is a multi-million-dollar like, how do you screw up a bag like that? Like, how do you screw up a bag? How do you get hired at the Breakfast Club as a personality on the radio show with iHeartRadio? There's hundreds of thousands of dollars involved here, if not millions. Certainly hundreds of thousands, hundreds, not tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, on the table. And you go to Instagram to complain that the girl that came because you went on maternity leave, that you never told anybody that you were pregnant when you got hired to begin with your snake ass, is still there because she's doing such a great job, and you want to go to Instagram to talk about it. And now that's a hostile work environment that you've created. And now you're gaslighting the girl, Lauren. She didn't come at you. She didn't say anything. She's just doing her job. She's just coming to work doing her job. She don't run shit at the Breakfast Club. She's not in charge of DJ Envy or Charlamagne the God. And if things like you say are true, Jess Hilarious, then you're above her. So why are you complaining on Instagram? That makes no sense to me. And let me tell you something. There's a lot of women that's going to live vicariously through just hilarious, and they're going to do the same shit themselves. They're going to be mad at Amazon, or they're going to be mad at their instructor at school, or they're going to be mad at their husband and do that shit. Ladies, don't do that. Don't do that. Hey, Lakeisha, where you been? I've been waiting on you to show up on it. You ain't been on the live with me in like 2 weeks. Good to have you here, love. Hoo-ah! Ladies, don't do that. Give it some time. Talk to the people that you need to talk to. I get it. You're not like a man. Men, we talk it out typically. You won't see. That's why you don't see men going on the internet. When you do, it's weird. Who did that? DDG. You guys know the rapper DDG. A lot of men got a problem with what he did about his baby mama issues with the Little Mermaid girl. It's like, bruh, like she won't let you see your son. Like, come, bruh, what are you doing? Like, you coming to the internet talking like a woman? What are you doing? Men don't typically do that. I'm not saying all of us don't do that. There are exceptions, but the exceptions don't make the rule. Generally, men do men shit. I am very big on masculinity. Very big on masculinity. I'm very big on stoicism. I'm very big on stoicism. Do you guys understand what stoicism is? And having a stoic philosophy. Men don't go, stoicism is where you don't worry about the things that you can't change. You only worry about the things that you can. Don't sweat the shit that you can't change, because what difference does it make anyway? It's nothing you can do about it. So men, we don't run to the internet because the internet ain't going to help. What the fuck is the internet going to do? What good is it for me to run to my TikTok or my Instagram or my Facebook and start crying and telling everybody my problems? What the fuck is that going to do? Make me feel better? Come on now. So yeah. Oh, let me flip this camera. Did I flip this? No, I didn't flip it. Let me flip it. My bad. That's how this is supposed to be. Man child. So yeah. Ladies, I'm not asking you to be men. I'm not asking you to be even logical. But don't be an idiot and ruin a bag like getting a job at the break. I know you don't care. I know Jess, I don't care. I got to speak. I know you got to quote unquote speak your truth. Y'all always got to speak your truth. You got to just, you're saying this because you might want to help somebody else in the future. Shut the fuck up with that bullshit. The point is, handle your business behind closed doors. And if you've exhausted all avenues of resolution, if you've tried everything, if you've reached out, if you use what we call in the military, your open door policy to speak to somebody who can address your concerns, and that is falling on deaf ears and it's done nothing for you, then and only then can you reach out to others. But if your first thing to do is to run the Instagram and basically sucker punch your coworkers, you just created a hostile work environment. And who wants to work with you? You're shitting on your future and you don't even realize it. And that's all I got to say about that. That's all I got to say about that. The next thing I want to talk about is, as Obsidian would say, talking points memo number 2. Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin. Ladies and gentlemen, did you see what Alec Baldwin? Now, Alec Baldwin is an actor, very famous actor, and he's married to a young woman with she's a fake Spanish wife. That's what they call her, because they've done her background. She acts like she's Spanish, and she has no Spanish in her. She now speaks with a Spanish accent that she's created, and she's changed her name, from what I understand, to sound more Spanish. Nevertheless, Alec married her. Alec Baldwin is the gentleman that accidentally killed that cinematographer on the movie set about, what was that, 4 or 5 years ago? Because the armorer gave real bullets to a real gun that they were using while shooting a movie in Mexico, I think. And he was indicted at first for murder, but I think he got off. But the cinematographer was shot Pow, right on a movie set, shot dead on the movie set. Because, you know, it was a mistake. They made a mistake. That's Alec Baldwin. Well, they went on a red carpet the other night, and his wife basically cucked him, as the article says. Alec Baldwin's fake Spanish wife from Boston cucked him in the middle of an interview. I hate, again, that the audio is not working. I wish I would have checked this before. But I want you guys to run the X or YouTube. You can go anywhere. The clip is everywhere. What a couple of years it's been for Alec Baldwin. If he's not pulling the trigger on a prop gun with a live round in it and killing one of his movie crew, he's a laughing stock. His wife's accent keeps changing like the weather in her hometown, which happens to be Boston, Massachusetts, which is problematic for several reasons, not the least of which is he's been dining out on how quaint and adorable her Spanishness is since the day that they got married. But in this interview, that's just gone viral. But if this interview that's just gone viral is any indication, being married to a phony, inauthentic, culture appropriating fraud is the least of his worries. You can talk in any affected, disingenuous dialect you want, as long as you don't emasculate your husband in front of the cameras for all the world to see, like Hilaria did. That's right. Her name was Hillary, and she changed it to Hilaria to sound more Spanish just recently. I'm going to play this, and I'm going to turn the volume up because I really want you guys to hear this. Let me see if I can do that.
This is why, yes, we'll have to just cut him out of the show. There it is. Great. You're a winner. Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking. No, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
They're on the red carpet, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. They're on the red carpet, and he's supporting her because the interviewer had asked her a question, and he said, yeah, you're doing a great job. And she said, when I'm talking, she looked at her husband while the cameras are rolling at Planet Hollywood's grand opening last night and told her husband, when I'm talking, you're not talking. She told Alec Baldwin that. First of all, lady, don't nobody know you. And the only reason you're on the red carpet is because you're married to Alec Baldwin. Outside of him, you'd be a soccer mom in Little Rock, Arkansas. But she has gotten the nuts to silence her husband on camera and said, when I'm talking, you're not talking. Yeah, we're going to have to cut this segment out. We got to cut him out of this segment when you get a chance. Boy, when I tell you my blood boiled when I saw that, because I can't imagine a woman doing that to me. That's here because of me. In my community of entertaining friends. And it's going to shut me down while the cameras are rolling. But guess what Alec did? He said, I'm sorry. He said, I'm sorry. I couldn't believe it. Listen. He says, you're going to be great. You're a winner. He's supporting her. He says, yeah, you're going to be great. You're a winner. And she says, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
This is why, yes, we'll have to just cut him out of the show. There it is.
She said, yeah, that's why we're going to have to cut him out of the shot. And then he goes, I'm sorry. This is Alec Baldwin, a great actor, Oscar-nominated actor. Unbelievable. And then, without reading more of the article, because I want to get into what we're talking about tonight, villains and heroes. I'm going to work this out. You know, I'm building this plane as we fly, incorporating these articles in latest current events into High Value Shan. I'm getting used to this, so I'm going to work out the audio. Next time when I play a clip, you guys are going to hear it fantastic. In fact, if I use my iPad, I wouldn't have this problem. But we're going to work that all out. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for following me and subscribing to me and rocking with me. But they went and doubled down and got in the bed last night. And then look at this clip. I'm going to try to play this. Hopefully you can hear this. Now, TikTok, let me give you guys a little context. Because they know they went viral last night because of what she did, now they're trying to turn it into a joke. So now they're laying in their bedroom, in the bed, playing the audio, and they're ad-libbing to their own audio and getting ready to turn it into a joke. But we'll try to listen to what happens or what she says right after that and what he says. Just listen to this here. It's only about a minute long. They're laying down right now.
This is why, yes, we'll have to just cut him out of the show. And that is called, what's the word of the day? Mantra.
She says, and that is called, what's the word of the day? And then he's like a little lapdog, like a little bitch ass lapdog says, manterrupting. She says, what's the word of the day? And Alec Baldwin, the great, oh, how the mighty have fallen, says manterrupting. Manterrupting, not interrupting. Manterrupting. I can't believe it. In this huge bedroom, because she pans the room. She's living like this because of him.
What's the word of the day?
Manterrupting.
Manterrupting, which could be a positive, it could be a negative, or it could be a
She says, which can be a positive or which can be a negative, because it's a correctile dysfunction. You know, like an erectile dysfunction, ED, like men, you know, who can't get it up, they're limp. Erectile dysfunction. She said it's a he says it's a correctile dysfunction, which is another jab to men. He's manterrupting, which in doing a correctile dysfunction. Ain't no way. I'm just thinking to myself, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine a scenario with any woman, no woman ever created on this planet that would have me in that kind of fucking cucked, blue-pilled, soft, spineless, weak-ass position. I can't imagine it. Correctile dysfunction.
But you know, the whole point is, because the children about to come in,
the whole point is what?
Each other all the time.
We do this to each other all the time. And then now their kids are coming into the room and she stands up. The room is big as hell. The room is the master bedroom is as big as most people's apartment.
Okay, so now we cleared all of that up. I don't cleared it up. Let me catch this thing over there.
You guys, let me tell you something. Gentlemen, now I'm talking to you. I was talking to the ladies on the Just Hilarious thing. Gentlemen, now I'm talking to you. If you ever get your nuts clipped, what up, Machine? Good to have you here, man. Hooah! If you ever get your nuts clipped like that, just roll over and wither away, bro. At that point, there's nothing left for you here. Don't you ever, gentlemen, any man that's listening to my voice, get into a relationship with anybody that will emasculate you after you put them on. Don't you ever allow, let's use a wife as an example and a husband, because that's what this is. Gentlemen, if you ever get married and you bring your wife to your company Christmas party, if you bring your wife to your company Christmas party that pays your bills and affords her the lifestyle that she has. Because mind you, all she is she's a fitness instructor. She's living in this multi-million-dollar mansion. She does Pilates. You take your wife to your company function and she, in front of all of your coworkers, tells you to shut up. She's talking right now. While you giving her a compliment, by the way. And then you go home, and then she sets the camera up on the iPhone while y'all laying in bed, and then tells you to tell the world that you man-interrupted her and that you have no business doing that, and that is a correctile dysfunction, which is a jab to men who have erectile dysfunctions. That's right, machine. That way. Show her the door. Respect your woman. Protect your woman. Provide for your woman. Only one that respects you. Don't you dare let anybody clip your nuts. You let your nuts hang. Don't you let anybody clip you and grab you by the and control you like it's Alec Baldwin. I'm just thinking to myself like, damn. It's mind-blowing, man. I don't know what clown world we're living in today. You know, I don't know if you guys have caught, I started to talk about Anthony Mackie. Have you guys caught the interview with Anthony Mackie talking about masculinity is on a decline, or is really essentially non-existent in America, or is in the world really? And how he's raising his sons. And because he said that, he's getting backlash from a lot of feminists as to what he said. Hold on. Let me close this out. Gentlemen, we're men at all times. You were a man before you met your woman. You'll be a man until the day you die. You need to act like it. Act like it. Respect your woman. Protect your woman. Provide for her. But don't you dare let her talk shit to you in front of behind closed doors. But be goddamn if she does it at your job. Be goddamn if she does it at your job, gentlemen. All right. Villains and heroes. Let's talk about tonight's show. We're going to be here for another hour. I'm sure I'm going to talk for another hour. Maybe not. I don't know. And then I'll open up the panel. You guys want to come up? We can talk. I see D. I see you trying to join. I'll let you up after I talk about this segment here. I'll bring you up after intermission. You don't even have to wait in the back if you don't want to, because I'm going to do an intermission video, and then once after the intermission video, I'll bring you up. Villains and heroes. We're going to talk about what makes evil tick tonight. We're going to discuss what makes evil tick. What creates it to begin with? It's often trauma that lights that fuse. I want you guys to think about something. People don't pop out bad. People don't just pop out and become bad. There's a lot of different factors: environmental, raising, parenting, school, neighborhood, education. But you know, when you think about good guys and bad guys, Villains and heroes. You'll notice that the villain is often beat up. When you think about like a movie or, comic books, even the good guy, oftentimes they come from the same backstory. They're either orphaned or they're broken. And either one of them claws back as a hero or the other one lashes out as a villain with the same backstory. Parents died when they were young. Somebody got hurt, became a cripple, had to work their way up to get their strength back or use some kind of environmental whatever to help them breathe again. Think about the impact that a young woman can have on a young man. This is one of the reasons why I don't like men in their 20s to take relationships serious. Because if you add a toxic woman to the mix, fellas, a good man can turn dark fast. And I'm going to break it down for you guys. A good man can turn dark fast. A young man, impressionable, who's thinking he's doing the right thing and gets his heart broken at 23. Can you imagine your heart broken at 24, 26? When you should be concentrating on getting yourself together so you can be the best kind of husband or boyfriend or father that you can be later on in life when you jump into your prime. Because if you're in your 20s, you're not in your prime, gentlemen. Ladies, evil doesn't just happen. Gentlemen, evil doesn't just happen. Past trauma is usually the match. What happens is when you think about stuff like Batman and Robin, Batman and the Joker, they lose their parents and they get scarred up. When you think about Bane in Batman, or you think about, most any bad guys, they grow up hard. And that pain can twist you into something that you wouldn't otherwise have been if you didn't experience that kind of stuff. Now, some folks let it rot inside of them, and they don't really trip on it until it explodes one day, like the Joker did. You guys ever watched the movie The Joker? And how they were teasing him in that subway train? And he goes home and he puts that makeup on and he snaps. Some people snap because of the environment and how other people treat them. Now, it's not an excuse, but it is a pattern. And what happens is hurt people hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. Batman's parents, as an example, they died. They got shot. Joker got his scars. I'm talking about I'm thinking because I can't use Superman as an example. Typically, when a villain story, somebody says the world screwed me over, and so I'm going to screw over the world. The world fucked me over, and so I'm going to hurt the world in some kind of way. That's how the villain becomes a villain. The good guy says, the world hurt me, but I'm going to turn this bad into good. Same fucking background. Same, when you think about police officers, some kids grow up in a bad neighborhood, grew up in the hood, around a lot of gangbangers, was bullied, going to school, had to get through all of that. And then they wake up one day and they say, I want to be a cop. I want to be a police officer. I'm going to try to join the LAPD. And then you get those kids that become officers and they start off good. Some turn bad, some become bad cops, but generally speaking, most officers are good. Many of those guys grew up in really bad, shitty situations because they saw how things were rough in their neighborhood, but they wanted to become good people later on. But here's the thing. Some people grow up in those neighborhoods and become dope dealers, become thugs, become killers. Same backstory. Think about I've told the story before, the two sons who father was an alcoholic and beat them when they were young boys. One boy grows up and becomes super successful, millionaire. The other boy becomes a bum, alcoholic, can't get his life together, is fucked up. Now, mind you, they both came from the same household. Both boys growing up together, not far apart from their ages. Father beat them as children. Abusive dad. Father goes off and dies. Maybe he, overdosed on drugs or whatever. Now the boys are grown up. One of them becomes super successful. One of them becomes a bum. You guys, can anybody identify with that? Do you know anybody like that? Where it's two people that grew up in the same household and one could not get their shit together and the other one could. And makes you wonder, like, well, how come this one can't get their shit together, but this one right here is doing really well? It doesn't make any sense. They grew up in the same household. They sat at the same dinner table, same parents. They had the same bathroom. They rode in the backseat of the same cars. They went to the same schools. But one son became a fuck up, and the other, always in jail, in and out of prison, and the other son became successful. Well, one son was asked, the successful one was asked, hey, what made you so successful? What gave you the drive to become a multimillionaire, as an example? And that son says, you know why? It's because my father beat me as a kid. And then his brother was asked the same question. Hey, why can't you get your shit together? You're always in the rut. You're always in the streets. You live a destitute life. What's going on? His answer, because my father beat me. Two of the same brothers grew up in the same neighborhood. Same household. Same father beat them. But one became good, one became evil. The answer to the question as to why they became who they became is because my father beat me. It's the same answer, but it's how they took it. It's how they processed it and how they became who they became. Some of you guys that I'm speaking to right now became good guys because of the shitty situation and traumas that you went through when you were a kid. But some of you guys didn't do so well because of the shitty situation that you went through as a kid. I want you, gentlemen, to become good men, despite whatever you've gone through as a kid. But you got to be strong enough to do it. You got to be the brother that becomes the millionaire, not the brother that becomes a bum. Heroes and villains usually start off in the same ditch. They start off with the same problems. Villains usually let their scars define them. When they're limping, it's not just physical, it's their whole vibe. They're always complaining about something, always saying nobody's helping me, always saying how come my mom wasn't here, or my father wasn't shit, or my boss was trying to keep me down and wouldn't give me my promotion, or I would have got the job but the interviewer was hating on me, or you know what, my car broke down. It's always something, and it's always like they're wearing their problems like a badge so they can show everybody, woe is me. They're always bitter and they're pissed and they're out for blood. That's the villain. They're not healing, they're weaponizing it. Revenge becomes their gospel, and it's an ugly sermon that they're preaching when you think about it. Now, on the flip side, the hero, his scars inspire him. His father beating on him as a kid made sure that he grew up to never beat on his own children. He made sure that he became the father that his father never was for him. Gentlemen, is that you? Maybe your dad wasn't around as much as he could have been. Is that one of the reasons why you care about your children so much? You want to make sure that they're getting everything that you didn't get? You become the hero to your own son because your father wasn't the hero to you. Same trauma, same household, different game. You see the world as a mess. You've been there, you've done that, and you like, yo, I'm gonna fix this shit. I'm gonna do what I can to get things together. You don't whine about anything. You don't walk with a limp. You cover up your scars. You don't want nobody to see that. You strap up to fix problems, not to cause more. No whining, no limping. You turn darkness into light. Are you that type of brother, or do you know somebody like that? Well, the thing about it is, depending on where you go, depending on where you've come from, is going to determine where you go. But it's still a mindset. And gentlemen, I want to explain something to you. A lot of the guys that's in this space that I'm in, this dating and mating space, relationships, I talk about the two ships, entrepreneurship and relationships. Seemingly everybody wants to hear me talk about relationships. They don't like to hear me talk too much about entrepreneurship. It's because men are hurt. We talk about red pill rage. When men find out the truth about the nature of women, they get pissed off. They feel duped. They feel like they were betrayed. Some men get a divorce and they feel betrayed because they thought they were in it for the long haul. I married my wife and we were in it for the long haul. And we said divorce is not an option. How many people know or been in a relationship or know somebody who said divorce is not an option and they asked them been divorced 2-3 times? Everybody says divorce is not an option until nobody really gets married to plan on getting a divorce. Not most people. I mean, there's some evil, crooked motherfuckers out there, but that's not generally the case. Divorce is not an option until you find out the nature of somebody and they're doing something that you just cannot live with at all. Then suddenly divorce becomes an option. Gentlemen, bad women can be your trigger. Now, here's the talk that I want to have with the guys. Gentlemen, this is for you. If you date a bad woman, she will fast track you from hero to villain. Hey, Katrina Rawls. Katrina Rawls? You got my last name, Katrina? Shout out to you. Follow me, Katrina. I wonder if we family. Gentlemen, a rotten woman will fast track you to becoming a villain. Pookie is typically created because of the circumstances of his trauma that he's been in. When men start out trying to save women, damsel in distress, I want to help her out. Chaos, who are you talking to over here? Katrina's over here. If you're talking about Katrina Rawls, she's over here at TikTok. She's not on YouTube. Gentlemen, a woman will fast track you from becoming a hero to a villain if you pick a bad woman. You start out trying to be her hero. You start out trying to do all the right things. You were told that your investment in her would return some positives. And then what happens? She cheats, maybe. She lies, maybe. She drains you dry. If you add that trauma on top of your bad past, it's the perfect villain brew. Far too often are men in our space talking about how he was the guy that was knocking them down, dogging out women when he was in college in his 20s. He's 30 now. He's 40 now. I know the error of my ways, but back in the day, I was a dirtbag. You know how many times I hear that story? You know how many guys, I got 3 baby mamas and 5 children, and I got this. When I speak to these guys personally, I realize that they've experienced a lot of bullshit growing up. And somehow, some way, some woman broke his heart way too early. Somehow, some way, she broke his heart way too early. He was a solid guy at one point. Had his head on right at one point. And then bam. She's a chaos machine. She's a chaos machine. She betrays you. She plays you. She leaves you gutted, hurt, confused. You're wondering, what the fuck did you do wrong? You did everything right. You tried your best. But you guess your best wasn't good enough? We made songs about it, right? And then that old trauma from your childhood, or maybe that father that wasn't there, or maybe your mother, because maybe you were raised by a single mom. All that starts to kick in. All those memories start swirling in your mind, fellas. You start remembering why, things were hard as a kid. And you start remembering how, you and your siblings were in that cold apartment with no electricity. It could be a lot of different things, man. And now your heart starts turning cold for women. You start getting this stone heart on women. And now you can't stand them, and you hate them, and you love them. You love to have sex with them, but deep down, like the nature, like a woman, you really don't like women. This is why the word misogyny and misogynistic that's thrown around way too often, especially by women who don't even really know the fucking definition of the word, is used. But I'm talking in every sense of the word to the gentleman out here, because I don't want you to become that guy. We talk about passport bros and going overseas. You cannot be dogged out by a woman over here and think that you're gonna go to fucking Medellin or go to Cuba or go to Rio de Janeiro or go overseas and become a passport bro and get treated right by a woman and think that you're still not gonna have flashbacks or issues with that woman because of your past that you had with women over here in America. I'm not advocating for you to get therapy, although I believe therapy helps. I believe therapy works. But I do want you to self-evaluate, gentlemen, because heroes versus villains is a real thing. And I'm wondering, is there a lot of men out there right now? Is there a lot of men out there right now who should be a hero for his woman and his family, but he's a fucking villain because he got his heart broken by one woman, and you're now casting that attitude on all the women that you come across? You're suddenly not saving the day anymore. Right now, I get it. I'm starting to see a lot of guys that just don't give a shit. And listen, it's a case-by-case basis, brothers. I do not believe you should be out there saving chicks. I don't believe that you should be in nobody's friend zone. I told you we're going to boycott the friend zone. I don't think that we should be out there. Chivalry is dead. Women killed it, not us. We didn't destroy chivalry. Women killed chivalry. But I also don't want you to turn to have a cold heart, gentlemen. That's what, when I saw that video, I want you guys to go to my Instagram or my TikTok or I got it everywhere. I got it on YouTube as well. Of that little boy that was in love with that little girl talking to his mom. And she was everything to him. And then I guess she dogged him out or she ran with another little boy. And then he said, I'm done with her. This is an 8-year-old, 9-year-old boy. I'm done with her. I'm done with, but it's funny. I get it. It's comedy. Ha ha. But I'm looking at it like wondering, what is he going to turn into 10 years from now when he's 19 years old, when he's 20? What is he going to turn into 20 years from now when he's 30 years old, when he's 29, 30, 31? I get it. It's fun and games today when he's playing with his mom. He wanted to buy that little girl flowers and candy, but then the little girl in his elementary school dogged him out. What does he turn into the Joker? Does it did she create? Did that little girl create a new villain? Again, this is why fathers are important. So they can mitigate those changes and make sure that the boys stay on the right track. But if you don't have that father figure, brothers, it's incumbent upon you to make sure you put yourself on that right track or get the help that you need. Of course, you can always talk to your boy, Shan. I got you. All you got to do is call me up. I don't want men to hate women. I do not like the men go their own way movement, like the MGTOW thing. Like, you know, we're not fucking with women altogether. What? Like, you're not fucking with women altogether? Like, you are that hurt that you don't even want to talk to women? You don't want to work with them at all? You don't want to deal with them in any capacity whatsoever? To me, that's crazy. But I understand. I think it's crazy, but I understand. And I don't think that women realize the shit that they do that turn these men who are once good into jokers. Gentlemen, listen to me. I know that you guys probably thought I was going to dog women out tonight. I'm so good at that. I'm so good at bashing women. They say, Shannon, you bash women, you hate women. No, I don't. I love women. But I'm not going to let women just run all over men anymore. Like, not like we see, I'm 52 years old. So I come from the era of baby, baby, please. Men singing in the rain and shit, asking and begging for her hand in marriage outside in front of her house. Or letting her do whatever the fuck she want to do while she comes back and he's waiting on her. No, I come from that era. Them days are over. Men, we're not doing that bullshit no more. Hell no. But I also don't want you to turn to have a cold heart because of these bad women out there, because there's some good ones out there, bro. And I don't want you to dog out a good girl because that 304 then turns you cold. I want you to flip it, brothers. Get with a woman who lifts you up. They're out there. Here in America, by the way. They're here in America. Now, they're going to... I want you to get with a woman who won't break you. I want you to pay attention to the signs. I teach and talk about the signs. In fact, I'm going to do a show on that. The things that you need to pay attention to, the small things. I mention this all the time. If you pay attention to the red flags early, imagine how much time you'd save. I want you to get with a woman who sees your gifts. She backs your mission. She wants to get on the bus that you're driving and go in the destination that you're going. There's women out here like that, man. And I don't want you to run her over because that last bitch dogged you out. I don't want to see more villains. The gender war that we're having right now. That ladies, by the way, ladies, you're not gonna win the gender war. I'm gonna be clear about this. Be clear about that. I know you think you are. You're not. But fellas, lay down your arms to the ones that don't deserve your wrath of apathy and violence. All because that one bitch dogged you out 5 years ago, 5 months ago, in high school. You don't have to be the villain that you think you need to be. It's not necessary. What's going on over here? You don't have to get with a drama queen like Jess Hilarious. You can see him a mile away. I know she may have a fat ass. I know you want to hit. You don't have to get with the drama queens, the ones that are addicted to social media, who are half naked, all on their pictures. You could see these women a mile away. I'm going to do a show that tells you what to look for. I'm going to give you a show to tell you what to look for. You don't have to get with these soul suckers, man, that just take you and drain you of your energy and that you arguing in the streets and you mad. You guys see the videos. I saw one just yesterday. This woman ran over this dude. He kind of like jumped over the car, but she ran over him, and then she ran into the apartment building. And he was like, get out the car. Like, don't. Far too many men are crashing out, dead or in jail, by getting with the bad, wrong women. We can leave them motherfuckers alone, gentlemen. We don't have to deal with them at all. We don't have to talk to them, but don't not talk to any of them. Don't cut everybody off. Machine says the one that's on dates the whole time. Let me tell you something. If you go on a date with a woman, first date, second date, third date, and she pulls her phone out and she's swiping, get up and walk away. Like, I want you to be brash. Unapologetically brash about your shit. Don't you tolerate. Did you see what I just talked about with Alec Baldwin and his wife? It is crazy for me to watch that. We don't tolerate the bullshit, but I don't want you to dog out the woman who doesn't even bring her phone out of her purse because she's giving you all your attention. You have the propensity to dog her out too because that other bitch dogged you out. Don't do that. I don't want you limping through life like the next Scarface, man. I don't want you going through life like Thanos, taking infinity rings and laying down women and knocking them, and smashing your way through and having no dick discipline, having indiscriminate sex with whoever just because you don't give a fuck, because you got dogged out, because that girl that you like didn't like you back. I'm going to teach you how to identify those women so you don't ever have to go through that, because there's some women out there that you don't have to do that to. What's that young boy, that 21-year-old football player that the woman tried to lie and had him arrested, and if it wasn't for the video, what's his name? Ulysses? No, I forget the brother's name. Her name is Tia Jones. She's a track runner, and he had that $13 million or $18 million contract that he was getting ready to lose because she lied. Dog, when I went to her Instagram, I saw it. He shouldn't have never been with her to begin with. She wore the uniform. You could see it a mile away. A woman that's getting ready to turn a young hero into another villain. What's the Heisman Trophy winner this year? I forget. These names are escaping me. Somebody put it in the chat. What's the guy, the kid that won the Heisman Trophy? We've been trying to warn him about his girl ever since that came to light. He killed all his social media. Like, some of these girls are fucking Black Widow spiders, bruh. And you need to be able to identify them in advance. Trauma can seed your evil. And heroes and villains split from there. Women can be traumatic for men. Travis Scott. Not Travis Scott, but Travis. I got Yeah, Travis. Here, the kid Travis. Not Travis Scott, not the rapper. We got enough bad guys, gentlemen. I need you to stay the hero. Travis Hunter. Thank you, Chaos. We got enough bad guys. Travis Hunter. He is a potential villain in the making, and we're watching it in real time. We're watching it in real time. The kid that was arrested that I was just talking about, that was with that girl Tia Jones. He proposed to her last July. He's 21 years old, man. He's a 21-year-old NFL superstar that had just signed a new 13 or 18, I forget which number it is, $1 million contract. 21. He just is now able to drink a beer. What up, DJ? Good to see you, brother. Good to have you here, DJ. The kid is just now able to drink a beer. He's 21. He proposed to his girl and bought a house in the last 6 months. She cheated on him. He knew about it 2 weeks before she had him arrested, and he still let her stick around for 2 weeks. He should have kicked her out day one. But I'm wondering, where's his dad at? Where's the guidance in his life that would have had him do the right shit early enough so he could mitigate the problem that he went through? Because if it wasn't for his Ring video cameras, if it wasn't for his home security video cameras, he would be in jail today and his career would be over. She tried to Mike Vick him. She tried to make it seem like he was violent and beating on her, and the reality is it was her, because she got caught cheating on him. How you stick it out in the mud with him and then you fumble the bag at the top? That's the weirdest shit. That's what I mean by like a lot of these women, they just, some of the shit they do doesn't make any sense to me. You got the guy to propose to you. He has a something odd $1 million contract in the NFL and he's only 21 years old. That means the rest of his life is yours, and you go and fuck somebody else? That's the logic and then you get mad, crash out, and then you try to get him arrested and ruin his career? She's done. But the thing is, he's only saved by the bail. He was only saved because of his Ring video home security cameras. Now I'm fearing that we have a new villain just created just like that. I fear that a new villain was just created because where's his trust going to be in women again? Is he going to just be like, oh no, fuck all these hoes? Is he going to be like, I'm not trusting, Next thing you know, he's a baby daddy. He's on child support. He got 3. Next thing you know, he's Future all over again. What's your story, man? Hero or heel? Are you a hero or a villain? If you're a villain, I know it may seem cool to be that, but let me tell you something. It leads you nowhere, man. You end up in a bad situation, and you don't want to get, if you're 50 years or younger, I'm 52, so if you're younger than me, you don't want to get my age upset, bitter, and mad at women at 52 because some chick dogged you out when you were 22, 30 years ago. Because your wife took you for everything. You thought you was going to ride into the sunset with her. Instead, she took your pension. She took the house. She took your Tesla. She took the money all the money in the savings account. She didn't take half of it. She wiped it clean. And you got to pay her alimony and child support. I don't want you to get to the point where you're 50 years old and you pissed off about that shit. and now you don't trust anybody because you thought you trusted the last one. Did you pay attention to the red flags? Men, gentlemen, listen to me. One thing that we have a problem with is we don't always pay attention to the shit that we supposed to. We don't always pay attention to the things that we supposed to. We let a lot of shit slide with these chicks, man. We let a lot of shit that they do slide. Look at Alec Baldwin last night. Look at Jess Hilarious. Look at Travis Hunter. I mean, we can go over and over and on and on and on. We got so many examples, but don't let that be you. If you guys want to come up to the panel over here at YouTube, come on up. I'm gonna start an interview. I'm gonna start an intermission. After the intermission, if you guys are in the back chat, we can have a conversation before we end the show.
Yeah. Lune. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón, porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción, yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work, yeah. El mundo quiere dinero, yeah, yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero, yeah. Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, de corazón. Yeah. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lune. Lunático.
Chaos, what up, bro?
What's good, man? What happened to the other brother? I thought that someone's up here already. He left?
Yeah, he was trying to get up here. He was hitting. It was D, but I think it was Derek, but I'm not sure. He was coming in and out, but I didn't let him up just yet. So if he pulls up anytime, he can pull up now.
Yeah, come back, Derek, man. I want people to engage with the conversation because this is very important. The villain. Yes, enough modern women today. I'm saying do create villains that they either love, desire, or hate. Women at the end of the day can't make up their mind. They're always constantly on a change. That's why men overall, how their nature is, don't take it too seriously. Because they don't know what they want. There was someone on Facebook said if women were able to build a man, they will undoubtedly still complain. And why? Because you're not designed to be satisfied. How you
Right.
can deal with someone that can't be satisfied? You don't. Think about it. It'll take more pressure off your life, especially the times that how much you could be in this earth, because they will give you gray hair. They will stress you. They will
Bruh.
put those buttons. Look
They'll
at
give
that
you
right
great.
there.
That was a bar. Yes, they will give you great. You know, my gray hair kicked in earlier than I think it should have. I
I
started.
bro. Cause you know some people don't. Look, Dr. Omar. I think Dr. Omar. I think he dyed his hair. Cause I know he's getting gray somewhere. He's 51, probably 51 this year, and you don't see not much grays. I got a few grays on my beard and a little small on my hair, but it took a while. You know, but I'm not really stressed. But imagine if I was in a wrong relationship right now. I'm thinking right now, boy, I would get gray quick because I tolerate. I'm a person. I will deal with people to the degree, but like I said, the stress enough will hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Look at Alan Baldwin. I'm not sure how young his wife is, because it's something new you just brought to my attention.
She's 39.
Yeah, and the man's
She's
like
39. She's 30 years. I think she's 30, damn near like 30 years younger than him.
Yeah, so he's in his 70s. Yeah. So I'm thinking, if a man could be a simp and a cuck like him, and he's a well-established actor throughout the decades, him and his brother, what hope for any other modern man? Knowing that his promise is his promise, but no, because first of all, you're dealing with a woman that don't admire you. She doesn't have what the brother, Mr. Black said. She doesn't show no passion.
Right.
That's the sign of a woman that doesn't show no passion. When she able to run her mouth in front of public people. Gentlemen, a lot of people have been saying this. Anytime a woman starts to badmouth you in front of people that respect you, is a slap in the face. It's more than it's an insult. That is considered insult. I remember when Will Smith had a saying with Jada back a couple decades ago.
Oh, how did I not bring that up?
He took that
How
bit
did I
and
not bring that one up?
Yeah, I surprised you remember that. Yes, he did say it. That's what happened. And he told her in the back, "You do that to me again, we through."
How did I forget that one, bruh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What up, Black Pearl?
What's good?
Good to have you here, bruh. We talking about villains and heroes, man.
Yes, sir. Now I'm listening. I just didn't comment or nothing, but I'm definitely listening.
Chaos. I don't know how I forgot about Will Smith and Jada.
Yeah.
Like the way, like the way Will Smith is cucked. Like so, there's two different ways you can go. Like there's you can go the way of Alec Baldwin and Will Smith and have a bad woman turn you into a cuck with no backbone, you know, fucking basically just a lapdog, and you just are bending to her will until you die. Or you can be a fucking bad boy. But either way, I mean, I would argue the fucking cuck is worse than anything, but that still happens. I forgot about Will Smith. I didn't even think about that, man. It's so many examples. It's so many examples of these women that turn good men into bad men based on her behavior because she believes the world revolves around her.
Yes.
But my issue is, I think it's a lot. I still personally believe there's a lot of good women out there, and they're gonna not, and there's gonna be a lot of good men that I know is inherently good that's not gonna be good because he had a bad experience with some shitty woman prior to meeting the good women. And I don't want that to happen because I think that destroys men. And I say that because I have a lot of friends. You know, I got a lot of friends that I still talk to from my childhood. That's my age. You know, actually I was the younger guy on the block. So they're like 54, 55. Some of them been dogged out, and they're kind of like, you know, I talk to them often. I counsel them to a degree but these are like friends I've known for 30, 40 years. Nevertheless, man, they seem defeated. they seem really defeated because of something that some woman did to him 30 years ago, or he went through a divorce, and he's like, "Fuck it, man, I'm just chilling." And I know that they're not doing nothing in there, and I'm afraid that that's gonna lead them to an early death, and I don't want that to happen to men.
Yeah, I agree.
What you think, Black Pearl? Black Pearl? Have you had some villainous times in your life? Have you had any women that's pissed you off so much that you just went out and just knocking them down? Like, oh man, you just knocking them down in your 20s? I mean, huh?
I did. I'm 31 years old right now. I turned 32 in July. Now, me personally, I'm going through a divorce right now. I'm going through the divorce process. I got married young. I was actually brain, to be honest with you. I better. So I learned a lot. I would learn a lot, man. It was a good experience for me. I would say that. And I know one thing. I'm not going to be, let's say, a villain. Not so far. Cruise ships. It's a security lady been sweating. I work at UPS. It's a security lady been sweating me. I knock it down. Well, yeah. But I'm not there. I ain't not far from being a villain. I would say that. I'm just man. I'm just I like I said, I found myself. So with finding myself, man, it brought something out of me. My wife couldn't keep up with the process of my growth. So now at this age, really, I'm just stacking my bread, working overtime.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I hate that you're going through a divorce right now, man. I've been through it twice, so I know how it feels. And it almost did. My first one almost destroyed me. My second one didn't, but my first one almost destroyed me. And I hate that you're going through that. I hate hearing. It's one thing to hear I'm divorced. It's another thing to hear I'm going through it. I'm glad that but you got a lot of rebound, and you haven't even peaked yet, bruh. Like, you're 31.
Yeah.
You haven't even peaked yet. Like, however amazing you are today, you're going to be more amazing tomorrow. I'm telling you that from experience. I've been through it. I've gone up that mountain. I know what it looks like at the top. I'm on my way down. I know what 30, I remember 31 like it was yesterday. And I remember 35 and 40. Bro, you haven't even peaked yet. Not financially. However much money you make today, oh my God, watch what you'll see. You're going to remember this conversation 9 years from now. You can be like, man, that brother Shannon was on point. I just hate that you're going through a divorce right now. You said you married young. I always encourage young men to not concentrate on relationships in their 20s because of things like this. I tell men that a lot of times the women that you are even attracted to in your 20s, you won't be attracted to when you're 35. But the point is, I'm glad you said you're not going to turn into that villain. And you could.
I most definitely could.
You could. Don't, though. Don't. Because men are powerful.
Me personally, I would say I'm afraid of, I've been watching these paternity court shows, so I'd be afraid of that, man. And one thing my uncle, to be honest with you, my uncle actually told me when I was young, man, he said to me, when you get older, know something. The woman that you lay down with, make sure that's somebody that you will want to spend the rest of your life with.
Oh yeah.
So I always kept it. I mean, don't get me twisted. I done slipped around. So, but if I slipped up, that would have been me at the same time, because my uncle slipped. But I did. I always had my mindset on with a female that, hey man, if if somebody who I would want to spend a life with, because if I get pregnant,
Well, what's cold-blooded though? Like you said, like your uncle told you, men should lay down with a woman that he wants to spend the rest of his life with. But like Coach Greg Adams says, men are in love, women are in business. Oftentimes, most of us men only lay down with and only marry and only, want to procreate with women that we want to be with for the rest of our lives. It's women that have a different agenda. And so I'm simply saying, damn, we got to learn what that agenda is. I didn't understand the nature of women until later on in life. And that's why I just talk about it now, because I want the younger guys like you to understand the nature of women, and you can navigate through these motherfuckers, real smooth, as opposed to getting tripped up. So while we typically do want to lay and be with and ride into the sunset with the right woman, we don't want to think about divorce. Divorce is not an option. We gonna hang out. Shit, you gotta wonder what she's thinking. And then you start thinking like, damn, but but oftentimes it's too late. It's after the claws are dug in, the kid is here, she got the ring, her name is on half the shit. And so the next thing you know, you're thinking like, damn, why didn't I pay attention to that red flag? How come I didn't, she was doing that when we were dating, but I thought it was funny at the time, and now I hate that shit. That one is a big one. A lot of times guys get with a woman that they think that shit is cute. And I'll be like, don't think that's cute. Do you see how that's what Alec Baldwin is going through, though. That little spicy woman that he got that's treating him right like that. He probably thought that shit was cute when they were dating. Oh, I like me a spicy woman. I hear that from black men all the time. Oh man, I want my woman a little ghetto. I want her to have a little, I like her a little bit. I like it when no, you don't, bruh. You think that shit's cute today.
I used to say that too.
Yeah, we all did. All of oh man, I like my girl like that little, I like a little spicy. I like it when you talk to me like that. And she be laughing and be like, yeah, okay. Until 7 years then gone by, she's married, fat, and she's still doing that shit, and you really trying to be serious about something. And now all that spicy turns into a lot of back talk and sassiness and attitude. And all of a sudden you thinking to yourself like, damn, you don't know how to turn that off. And you know what she gets to say? I was like this when you dated me, so why you tripping? And she'll have a point. That's why I'm like, yo, we got to pay attention to the small shit that we think is cute early, because that shit it turns into something. It morphs into something different that we can't tolerate later. It's death by 1,000 cuts typically.
My grandmama, I call it grandmama, man. My grandmama told me, man, get out of there when you. I'm not gonna say she was the bug, but she did, let me know the place. She was like, listen, now, the apple don't fall too far from the tree.
Right.
Talking about her mom. So, yeah, man, I didn't pay attention to the red flag. They were there. Like I said, I was green. I didn't know any better. I had my nose fucked up her ass to the
end. That's where all our nose be.
Mm-hmm.
Happy. Have our nose up that ass happily.
Mm-hmm. Happy. Cool with this happy. I was cool with sex, without me having to put in so much work and everything. Man.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's the same script. It's the same script, just a different cast, brother.
Yes, sir.
It's the same script, different cast, man. All right, Chaos. All right, Black Pearl. I'm gonna go ahead and end the show, man. I'm tired. I got some work to do tomorrow. I appreciate you brothers pulling up, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Black Pearl and my man Chaos Rain pulled up to holler at your boys. Listen, gentlemen, to the men that's watching the show, to the men that's watching this replay, 2 things. Number 1, be careful who you fuck with, especially if you're young, because what you think is cute ain't cute 10 years from now, but it's still going to be happening. And then you won't be able to say anything about it, because they're going to be able to say, this is how you met me. I know you think you can tolerate it forever, but you probably can't. That's number 1. Number 2, if you do happen to have gotten or is currently in a relationship with a woman who, let's just say, ain't shit, don't let her turn your heart cold stone. Don't let her turn your heart cold stone. You just need to learn how to watch out for the red flags. And you know damn well you didn't. You know you didn't. Don't fall for that shit a second time and give love a chance. That's all I'm saying. That's all I have for you guys tonight. Don't let a bad one turn your pain into a villain arc. I don't want you guys to turn into the Joker. We got enough bad boys, guys. I appreciate you guys being here. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, join the army where we talk about this shit daily. Lakeisha, we're gonna start the round table 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Lakeisha, I hope because you're in Chicago, so that's 8, 9, so it's 11 o'clock your time. Lakeisha, I hope you're not at the office or working, because I want you to come to the round table. But they're gonna be 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday, 1 hour on Zoom. We're gonna start the mastermind calls. Lakeisha is in the army, by the way, if you guys haven't gathered that much. I want you guys to join the army as well. Just run over to srarmy.com, join. It's free. All you gotta do is read the perks, scroll to the bottom, fill out the app, and you're in. It's free for life right now. It's behind the paywall, but I've opened it up to new members. We have quite a few people in there already. I just want you guys to join. We have a WhatsApp group that we have communication, and then we're going to be doing our Zoom calls in the morning. It's called the Roundtable. It's a mastermind group. What is the SR Army, Shannon? The SR Army is a mastermind group. It's a mastermind alliance. I like to I like to replace the word group with alliance. We are a mastermind alliance of intelligent people. If you are a riffraff, I kick you out. You can't be a riffraff in the SR Army. I only want intellectual, smart people, upwardly mobile. No niggas is allowed in the SR Army. Only black folk or any color. But if you are a riffraff, it's not a black only organization. You can be any color. You can be any race. Everybody can come. But speaking to black people particularly, because that's the group that I'm a part of, no niggas allowed. Come on over into the SR Army. I would love to have you guys. We are a mastermind alliance where iron sharpens iron. We talk about the two ships, entrepreneurships and relationships. Appreciate you guys. I'm Mr. Shan, the man with the plan. I've been there, done that, and not much surprises me anymore. And you, my friends, are dismissed.
Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver. Pa' que el CP se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en él. Como que ella quiere disfruta la noche, lo anormal. Porque el novio teme su relación va a terminar. Se da cuenta que no necesita a alguien más. Quiere un selfie para su Instagram. Ella ya no quiere relación, alguien que diga su condición, que solamente le dé traición, para después llegar con un perdón. Quiere hangar y ser de esos babies que goza la vida y lo hacen como esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver. Para que el CP se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer, perdió esa mujer. Lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, que yo parezca en mí, que yo parezca en mí. No tiene sueños, solamente en sus sueños. Nos ponemos risueños con un norteño y mi flow brasileño. Yo te juro que es bueno, ya me doy el palo. Ese empate si lo desigualo. Le gusta lo nasty y lo malo. Me traje un regalo. Ella ya no quiere relación, alguien que diga su condición, que solamente le dé traición, para después llegar con un perdón. Quiere hangar y ser de esos babies que a la vida y lo hacen como esa chica quiere selfie, selfie, ella quiere ver, para que el CP se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer, lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, que yo parezca, dime todo lo que ella quiere, nada ha sido regalado. Entre más independiente, más quiero estar a su lado. Esas nenas, mata, es que más ella está plena la noche entera. Esa chica quiere selfie, ella quiere ver, para que el CP se dé cuenta que aquí perdió esa mujer, lo que quiere es enloquecer, ser la mujer que él quería ver. Esa chica quiere selfie, que yo parezca,